Yo, what's going on, my people? It's your boy Chris and I'm back. So I just finished my sketchbook that it took me about two years to complete all the way through. And I just kind of want to talk about my process of actually completing it after, essentially going 4 years without completing a sketchbook. And I think this time around, what I could definitely say is that my mindset shifted. I'd say probably 25% to midway through completing the sketchbook. My mindset shifted to approach, the art from the framework that it's okay to fail. So like a lot of the work, especially in my sketchbook, it's rough, wrong. It's not gonna look pretty for, like Instagram or YouTube. It's primarily the stomping grounds that I use to learn the concepts, learn perspective, learn anatomy, learn how to tackle an art concept before practicing on the iPad. I mentioned this in a previous video I made about 3 months ago, where I talked about the most dangerous weapon that we have, the most underutilized weapon that we have, which is sketchbooks. I still believe that to this day. But I think the power of the sketchbook is that it doesn't need to be seen by people, and you don't have to worry about, being judged by like your failures, right, that you may have in there. So kind of approaching it from the mindset that, hey, it's okay to fail. At the end of the day, the only person that has to see this is me, right? It's okay to look at like failed artworks and recognize that, hey, this isn't drawn correctly, but hey, maybe the next page you'll get a little bit better. And that's kind of like the beauty of it, is that you get to see the progress. There's something to be said about the tangible aspect of being able to see where you came from. And then seeing the progress, like if you look at this sketchbook that I have here, from the first page all the way to like, the more recent pages, the improvements are astronomical to me. I'm so glad that like I kept the sketchbook and I actually decided to complete it, as opposed to dropping it like I did like the other 6 sketchbooks within this 4-year period, because it showed me the growth. And I think that's a really important factor, that it's really important to kind of make sure that you're reminding yourself of the growth, because it could be really hard to see at a micro level. But when you zoom out, and you kind of analyze a period of work, however long it takes for you to do a sketchbook, you start to see the small level ups that equate to a bigger level up or a bigger art gain over the course of that sketchbook. And I just think it's really important, to kind of, remember to pat yourself on the back for completing, pat yourself on the back for, progressing, and the great thing about art is that you can't really get worse at it. You can get worse. I'd say it's hard to get worse at art, more so like you just have to kind of break yourself back in. But, consistency and like, whatever your drawing habit is, as long as, you're kind of staying diligent with it, it's going to be, you're going to always improve. So I think, a sketchbook is just really good as a marking tool, a dating tool to kind of see kind of from what time period you started a project or started the sketchbook to, what time period you're at now where you finished the sketchbook, like me, right? And kind of analyzing, it's a really good way to just kind of reminisce over where you were, right? So that's kind of it in terms of what I wanted to talk about, just kind of like my process for breaking myself back into working with sketchbooks again. Just another tidbit about the sketchbook. I got this in 2022, I want to say, for a class. That was originally what this was for, and I just ended up using it to primarily put a whole bunch of video game concepts down that I had in my head. Visual novel stuff I want to do eventually work on, which I still in the future would love to work on. Really just work out a lot of concepts, and then it's kind of devolved. I won't even say devolved. It just kind of evolved into a practicing tool. So I think that was the mindset shift. Is that, okay, I'm going to use this instead of like trying to make it look cool, make every page look like, damn, this is a cool concept. Where's the game at? Let me actually just make it a tool where it's like, okay, I'm going to look back and see where I came from, and both ways are perfectly valid ways to use a sketchbook. But I just think that in terms of mileage, approaching it from the mindset that, hey, it's okay to not have this look good. This does not need to look good. That helped me a lot. But anyways, I don't want to, ramble on too long. I've done that enough already, right? The Bing Bong Prison Palace art competitions are still live. You have till June 3rd, I believe, is the cutoff date to send in your entries. And yeah, man, again, I really appreciate everyone watching and supporting the channel. The growth has been amazing. We hit 5K last week. I was at like 4.7. So I really appreciate the, I guess, 500 plus people we have now, or that are new. I really appreciate you guys for, you know, coming through and you know, watching the videos, man. You guys are amazing. But I'm gonna go ahead and hop off now. Really appreciate you guys yet again, and I'm gonna talk to you guys in the next one. You guys take it easy. Peace.